welcome to MLW Fusion episode 121. Yes, here it is, guys. As I promised, I made an MLW Fusion episode. Now, let's put this in perspective. The last time I did an MLW Fusion episode, I think, was 2018. And it was episode, I believe, 43 or 44. It's been a very long time since I last looked at the product. One of the reasons I stopped doing my reality of wrestling and the MLW Fusion was lack of interest. I mean, it wasn't bad promotions, but due to the fact that not many people wanted to see my reviews of both of them, and the production quality was so bad, it basically turned me off. Eventually, I just couldn't take it anymore. I just couldn't. So that's the reason why I just dropped it. But I thought I'd bring it back and see, after 3 years, maybe 3 years, I believe. 2019 or 18 is when my last review, I believe I did of it. I'm trying to remember. I know it's around maybe 43 or 44 that I did my episode. I haven't checked, but I know it was around then. What has happened in roughly about 3 years or so since I last saw the product? Well, before I get to tearing the ass out of an MLW Fusion, let's talk about the good stuff. Contra seems like a very interesting faction. I am very interested in seeing where they go to. Seeing that Daivari is a part of it is actually quite nice. In Impact Wrestling, they're really not doing much with Daivari, but since Daivari is part of Contra, I'm curious to see where they're going to go with that. So, I'm just saying that I may look at MLW Fusion a couple of more times to see what goes on with Daivari and what's going on with Lio Rush, because Lio Rush of WWE, of NXT, of the main roster, where he gets pissed off, gets nowhere, gets so sick of it, you finally let him go. He was there. I want to see where they go with him. I want to see where they go with Daivari. I want to see this Contra. Next to that, Team Filthy. Interesting. I actually am quite interested in seeing what Team Filthy gives you. I'm not sure about Injustice. Injustice seems to be interesting, but I'm not sure. I'm not feeling them at this moment. But if I watch the product a little more, maybe I will. But that's a big caveat, because what I'm going to say at the end of this review when I tear its ass out. Because I'm tearing the ass out of the MLW Fusion like I did with Raw. But let's see what they had in this show. Taking away with the things that I really did not like. We got ACH versus Brian Pillman Jr. Now, I don't know how old these episodes are. This is a recent one. This came out this Wednesday. They come out Wednesday in the same time as AEW Dynamite. So if I did continue the series, today would be when I would see it. And since I go to my doctor's appointment, my physical therapy appointment, I see my chiropractor, pretty much a doctor, I would see it late in the night after I do some work on my animation and get something to eat and stuff like that. But that's how I would do it. But ACH, the issues with him, I don't really care about. No matter what happened with ACH, that is from WWE. I don't know what's going on with MLW or AEW or whatever other company he's been through. I'm just going by what I saw. Now, what little story I managed to get where he supposedly got injured with his abs, that he got attacked, he got hurt by somebody. The thing that became an issue for me was that they supposedly tried to tape up his abs or his abdomen because he got hurt, and that didn't look like a proper taping. It looked terrible. And during the match, he didn't really sell it that well. Brian Pillman Jr. pretty much ate the pin here. Now, when Team Filthy came out, it became quite interesting. Who are they going after? Is ACH? Is it Brian Pillman Jr.? I didn't know, because this is the first time I've seen the product in years. It was, I'll say this, it wasn't a bad match. Seeing that nice backflip of ACH off of Brian Pillman Jr. when he was at the top turnbuckle was actually quite nice. The guy is very athletic and charismatic. I'm not saying he ain't. He is. But I kind of wish they made this story a little better, that if the guy got his abdomen beat the hell up, why didn't you put better tape across his stomach? Not just one little tape that looked so stupid, they shouldn't have never done it. It made no sense. In the end, next to getting his butt kicked by Team Filthy, another group comes out of Texans. I don't recognize them. I don't remember the name of them. And they save his butt, and they're all Texans. So pretty much that little promo they had at the end of after the match was over, saying we came to help our man, and ACA said, "These are my brothers. These are Texans. They'll always watch my back." So I'll say that was good. I did enjoy it. I still believe that ACH should have had real tape across his abdomen to make it look real, because that looked really cheap and fake. Now, you had Selena Dion. I believe that's her name. It's been a while since I last saw her. When she was working with Low Key. Now, supposedly Low Key is still working with MLW. And I hope I've been saying MLW, not something else. Sorry if I have, I'm sorry. But seeing her was actually good to see, because she was, for what time I can remember, was a great character manager. She just has a way of talking that was very flairful, very seductive, but very vicious. She will lure you in with her women's ways, but then if you piss her ass off, she will have you destroyed. And that's what I liked about her. And she did talk about the promotion of Vega's, what was his promotion again? IWA, I believe, in Puerto Rico. So I don't know if it's a real promotion. It probably is. And supposedly she's trying to buy it for her boss. Don't know who that is. Interesting. Very interesting to see that doing something with, if it is a real promotion, another promotion of Sadio Vega. That's his name, Sadio Vega. And if it's true, if they're going to bring in a Puerto Rican promotion along with a Mexican promotion, I'm fine with that, because at the end of the show they did do something with AAA. That's pretty good to see. Now, Zenshe versus Tank. I can't remember his first name. Here's the thing, guys. Did I believe Zenshe is a good wrestler? From the bit I've seen, he is very, very high flying. And he's very, very thin. I don't know how old he is. He's got skill. It's obvious he does have it, but the question's going to be, what do they do with him? Now, you look at Tank Man. Tank Man. That's a name that you can never forget. Tankman. I think his name is Cleon Tankman. I believe that's his name. I will say this. He's got skill for his size. I think he's 330. He's a pretty big guy. But since I've never seen him before, and this is the first time ever being exposed to him, not saying he is sloppy. He's not AC Romero. And he's not Larry D. Those guys have personality. They do. He's not like a moose. He has something, but I'll need more time to watch him to really see what it is. And he looked all right. And I'm not talking about what I'm going to talk about yet. About how I'm going to tear the shit out of this place. But from what I could see, he has enough skill that he could do something. The question is going to be, when he talks, is he a good talker? That's just me. You guys tell me below. Contra unit that had Davari in it versus Injustice. Well, technically speaking, it didn't really happen. The match never happened. But you got a Fatu. I can't remember his first name, but a Fatu that is the current World Heavyweight Champion of MLW. I wonder if he is maybe John and Jay's cousin from the Fatu family. Maybe. There is a large Fatu family, and it's a possibility that he's another Fatu. I don't know. That's going to be a question. Someone can tell me below if he's related to Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, Rikishi, The Rock, and Roman Reigns. I'm wondering if he is. If he is, I'm not surprised. They would use the Fatu name. He helps out Contra and destroys Injustice flat out. And I believe it was Von Erichs who helped out the Injustice. I haven't heard of any. I've only known maybe one Von Erich. It was a woman, and I can't remember her name. She was a Von Erich. So seeing there's still some Von Erichs around is interesting. Finally, we got the unification match of Lio Rush and what is the guy's name? Dorado Kid. I believe I remember Dorado Kid with Angel Garza. I can't remember his original name anymore because it's been so many years since I saw Garza as Garzina Jr., I believe, or Garza Jr. I believe that's his original name. I'm forgetting his name. But when he was Junior and Dorado Kid was his partner, I really felt they had great chemistry together. So seeing Dorado Kid is a bit of a throwback for me. And the show and their match was actually not too bad. It was slow at first, and then it picked up at the end. And Lio Rush now is a AAA Cruiserweight Heavyweight Champion and a MLW Middleweight Champion. I'm surprised. Since it's the first time I'm knowing that MLW is now working with AAA, that's actually a good thing. Seeing promotions working together in this perspective and interpromotional type of thing is actually quite nice. And seeing that it's Lio Rush, they must really have a lot of faith in him to be able to cover for both promotions, holding both titles. And that's something nice to see. And now, that's the end of being nice to this damn promotion, because I'm gonna fucking tear its ass out. I'm gonna beat the shit out of it. You know why? Because there's a reason why I don't watch shows like this anymore. When it came to Reality of Wrestling Raw and MLW, they had major flaws, but they had some good stories. They had great talent, and the talent really could tell great stories in the ring. But the major problem I had with both those damn promotions was the lighting was always bad, the camera work was the most greatest issue, and the sound quality was crap. The graphics or animations were crap on both freaking promotions. Let me break this down for you from MLW MLW Fusion episode 101. I want to give at least that respect, because it, whatever it can, has earned its name. MLW Fusion. When I first saw it, I thought, it looks pretty good. The lighting in the ring was good, because when I last saw like Raw, the lighting was crap. And I remember that MLW always had good lighting in the middle of its ring. But the lighting outside the ring was always really bad, just like Raw. And they both had fans at the time. And I never understood why didn't they increase the lighting. Yes, they're in a very special venue that they didn't have general control. But there's ways of lighting up venues that you can bring in. You can bring in floodlights. You can bring in lights that are on tripods, and they could be 10 feet in the air, and you could still light the damn place up. MLW Fusion still has that same problem, and now they have accentuated it. Look, you have no fans. I heard in the background they have murmuring going on, unlike Impact Wrestling, which has sounds of real fans, and WWE, which does the damn the wall of LEDs with fans on it and piped in incredibly loud pops, and I can't stand it. I can't stand the pops, and I can't stand the heat that comes from WWE. Now, when it comes to Impact Wrestling, they do it better. For the simple reason, they make it background noise. They don't make it apparent. They crank it down enough to make the commentators talk more. D'Lo Brown, I'm about to say low key. You see, I'm angry. D'Lo Brown and Matt Striker are great commentators for Impact Wrestling. The guys here feel kind of flat to me personally. But this is my first time, and maybe with time, if I did continue watching the product, I would say something about them. Because I don't know if I'm going to watch this again. But the commentating wasn't too bad. It did feel a bit flat for me personally, but this is the first exposure to the two guys who were doing it. But the camera work was the most horrid I've seen in years. Look, you can say a lot about Impact Wrestling. Yes, they don't do it very well when it comes to outside camera work. But the venue they're in, at least they understand enough to pan back so you can see what the fuck is going on in the damn ring or outside the ring. I don't know who is running MLW's production truck. I think he's a damn chimpanzee with only 2 years of any type of production value. Because who would tell the cameraman to be so damn close to the ring that you cannot see what the hell's going on in the ring? I was so angry. I was cursing my ass off while I'm watching and writing my notes. I have not gotten this freaking pissed off in years when it comes to looking at a promotion. I have not seen such bad camera work in so long. And they got no freaking... Calm down. Relax. I am so mad right now. You have no idea. When you see this promotion, you see the camera work on this damn promotion, it looks like 10-year-olds are filming it. Why? And I got a camera shot of the cameraman watching these two. I will say this. The wide angle shot for the entire ring, I thought that's how they're going to do the main format, which is pretty good. They had graphics showing not only, and I believe I have a shot in my face of, I'll probably use Tankman and Zenshe. You can see they have graphics at the top showing not only the guys' names, but also a time limit of how far they've actually gone in the match. I thought that's actually quite cool. It's actually very nice to see. I'm actually impressed with that. But then, when they go to the outside, the cameramen are so freaking close. They look like they'll bang into the heads of the wrestlers. You can't even see the full scope of what's going on in the ring. They're focusing on their damn heads most of the time, or maybe their chest. You're supposed to zoom back so you can see what's going on in the ring. This is not about making the fans in the arena happy. There's not even any fans. This is about the people at home that's on either an app or that's seeing this on Roku in an app or seeing this on some type of network. Who in the hell is going to watch this damn product if they can't even see the damn wrestlers? Who is telling these people they're doing great work with the camera work? How stupid are the cameramen? And worse, who is telling the cameramen to zoom in so close you can't see what's going on? My goodness gracious, it was so bad. And then once the activity went to the outside, the cameramen should back away. At least 3, 4, 5, 6 steps back. At least give them 5 or 6 feet back so you can see what's going on. But 1, they don't do that. And 2, when they do that, there's so little lighting outside, you can't tell a damn thing that's going on. If these guys are doing some type of activity outside the ring, how the hell are you going to know what's going on? What the hell is the point of letting them go outside the ring? Watts of the old WCW back in the 80s, before Eric Bischoff took over with Ted Turner, saying, okay, you can do this. Watts would never let anybody get on the top turnbuckle. He said it had to be inside the damn ring. You can't be outside the ring anymore. Maybe they should reenact that, because what the hell is the point of you getting mostly luchador high flyers? What is the point of them high flying outside or in the ring if you can't see it? It is the most stupidest thing I have ever seen in a company that caters to hybrid wrestling, MMA, and regular wrestling, and luchador wrestling. How the fuck do you see any of that if the damn cameramen don't even show it? So, the audio work was okay. Having little murmurs was kind of stupid, but it was alright. The animated graphics was good, at least until they should turn them off and let you see what's going on. Look what happened with Leo Rush and you see Leo Rush in my face. He got the titles. 1, they didn't zoom back to give him a good shot of his entire body with the damn titles. They did a stupid close-up shot. I know they got a wide angle lens. That was the main camera. 2, they never removed the graphics from the screen. Who is the one who is editing the film, or in this, editing the recorded from the cameras, and not think, why not let's remove the graphics when Leo Rush is there, when he's holding the titles? No. They leave Dorado Kid and Leo Rush and their time, and instead of removing it, they don't. And then when it came to the promo for Leo Rush, he's in my face right now again. You get a lot of graphics showing up, which is fine. I'm glad to see they show graphics, unlike Raw, which barely show any graphics. In most cases, is sloppy. This is worse because instead of making it about Leo Rush, talking about how great he is, they made the graphics so freaking big, they almost fill up half the screen, either on the bottom or the damn top. I've never seen such production so freaking crappy. This is like a first year video editor of production. Look, you look at my videos. If anyone's known me for years, I've learned slowly but surely how to at least produce, to a certain extent, my content. You've seen the little windows right here, or on this side, either way. You see it. I always try to be mindful that I want to make sure that it's there and you can see it. If it's too small, how the hell are you going to know what's going on? But I can't make it too big because it'll be like this to me, and how the hell are you going to see me even though you'll see what I'm talking about? You have to strike some level of you got to come to a balance of making sure you have your content make sense. Seeing this has pissed my ass off as someone who not only does a podcast for wrestling review, who does videos for Japanese animated figures on another channel. I'm not perfect. I know I still got tons of things to learn. But these people run wrestling promotion. In many cases, they came from different promotions. Probably came from ROH. They probably came from WWE. They probably came from AAA. They probably came from Impact Wrestling. And you're telling me that people who is producing MLW Fusion do not understand how to make the graphics smaller, how to make sure that the decals or the animation or any graphic is either small so it doesn't take away from the wrestler, or to be removed when a special moment comes. This company is shit. I hate it. Now, Contra is really interesting. Selena, I can't remember her name. She's interesting. Seeing the team, look, team, I'm so angry. I've forgotten all the stuff I just learned. Team Filthy. There you go. I'm remembering now. You see I'm angry. Team Filthy seems interesting. Brian Pillman Jr. being there, that's interesting if he's still there because he's been on AEW TV and probably Dark. So maybe he's doing both right now. I don't know. Seeing ACH there, there's going to be a question how well he's going to do. Seeing that Leo Rush is there is interesting. Seeing Davari there, I wonder if they give him something. I want to see how far these people will go with them. But, and I say this, what is the point of having all this great talent? What is the point of having great talent on your show if they can't be seen? They can't be heard? And the majority of the time, the stuff that should be done properly when you do promo segments, video packages, and doing the work in the ring is so badly handled. Who wants to watch this either on YouTube, on an app on Roku or Apple TV or whatever, or a regular wrestling network? Who wants to watch it if it's such bad quality? I'm honestly, if anyone knew someone from MLW and they're trying to find out how the fans feel about this, show them here. Let them see. I'm shitting on your product, not because I hate it 100%, because I think you got great potential to be a great company. But if you can't understand how to tell your cameramen to zoom back, do not zoom in. You don't have fans right now. People that are home, they need to see what's in the ring of your content. They need to see your content. They need to see what's going on in the ring. Make sure you can show what's in the ring. Then make sure there's more lighting outside when your wrestlers jump outside. Make sure you tell your cameramen when it's time and you see them jumping out, pull back. Make sure with your graphics and anything that you put on your screen, when it's time for something special, remove them. Make sure that it's about the wrestling. Don't be like WWE, where they make it all about the company. And in many cases, the wrestlers don't mean anything and people don't care as much as you think. You need to see what's going on. You're not giving the people who are not home. This is not about the people in your arena or wherever you are that looks like a gymnasium. And even if it is or isn't, doesn't matter. You have very few people going there other than your production staff and the wrestlers. And if there is fans, there's very few. Make your product look like it's meant for the people at home. If there's people in there, screw them. The majority of people is at home. They're going to be ones that are buying your merch. Make it about them. But this is just my point of view. Have a good day. Have a good night. Oh man, I'm probably going to put as a title, MLW Fusion episode 121 review. I'm beating the shit out of it or something. I don't know. I'm going to put some title that's just going to make them sound bad. Tell me if you want to see this again. Peace.